Somebody should have found us by now. What's that?
Sensor scan, high intensity. Doesn't match any known patterns.
The sensor scans come from the forerunner planet of Requiem and are under control from the Didact and his allies. This type of scanning would be illegal under human law, as it was not authorized to scan the remains of the Forward Unto Dawn ship.
Chief?
The Covenant weren't the ones scanning us.
So, now can we worry about the giant metal planet? It's using a gravity well to pull us inside the surface. We've got to hurry. The second we cross the dome's event horizon, its atmosphere is going to tear us apart. Chief! Hold on! We're caught in the gravity well.
Can you track the escape pods?
Negative! Look out!
Requiem's gravity well, which the Didact now uses, is set up as a trap to destroy nearby ships and completely trap those who have managed to survive inside the planet. The gravity well ends up destroying the remains of the Forward Unto Dawn, and several Covenant cruisers of the Covenant fleet. The Covenant ships would have had hundreds or more of Covenant personnel on board, so the Didact easily gets a mass murder.
Captain Antidote hailing any survivors of the Forward Unto Dawn were approaching the last known location.
Did he say Forward Unto Dawn?
They must have intercepted our distress beacon.
The beacon was pulled into Requiem with us. If they try to follow it,
They'll get caught in the gravity well. I'll keep trying to warn them. You just get that beam down. They found the opening. We better get up to that relay and fast. Infinity, this is UNSC AI Cortana. Do not approach Forerunner Planet. Repeat, do not approach...
UNSC asset. Forward Unto Dawn. We read you, but you're breaking up. Help. Increase speed by 27. Get us in there.
Negative, Infinity. Do not enter the planet.
If you can hear us, keep transmitting.
No! Chief, you've got to get that beam down now! Chief, you need to hear this!
Gravimetric disturbance near the planetary entrance. Suggest altering approach vector 43K-750K-12K.
You're not diverting from the opening! Hurry, Chief! Emergency broadcast from Infinity!
captain of the UNSC Infinity. Unknown entity has seized control of our ship. We're without power. We're on a collision course with an unidentified Forerunner planet.
The UNSC Infinity ends up finding the beacon of the Forward Unto Dawn, but when it got close, the gravity well ended up pulling it into Requiem. I'll count this as usage of an illegal trap, as the Didact had full intention of trapping the Infinity.
Infinity, this is Sierra 117 of the UNSC Forward Unto Dawn. Do you copy? Infinity, do you read?
Chief? Chief, let go of the contacts.
Find us an exit.
Don't wait around on my account. Chief, please. We've gotta go. That Didact, he manipulated Infinity's signal to get us to release him.
The Master Chief accidentally releases the Didact fully after trying to contact the Infinity. As a result, he finally has the strength to go outside the power of his satellite and control it himself. He will get manipulation as well because he successfully tricked the Chief into releasing him, through making the Chief think that he could contact the Infinity.
So fades the great harvest of my betrayal.
The Didact uses his power to not only rally his Promethean forces, but also to brainwash the majority of the Covenant into joining his side.
Even these beasts recognize what you were oblivious to, human. Your nobility has blinded you, as ever. The librarian left little to chance, didn't she?
The Didact was probably attacking the Master Chief to defend himself, so it may be self-defense in some regards, but he intentionally grabs and hurts the Master Chief to have a conversation with him, so it still counts.
This tomb is now yours.
Slip space rupture! Chief, move!
The Didact leaves the Chief to die in the area, and uses his slip space drive to escape the core. This action nearly kills the Chief, causes heavy damage to the core of Requiem, hence Genocide, and wipes out numerous Covenant forces in the area.
Stay low. Recon sortie heading this way. The ship looks intact.
Something tells me that's only because the Didact wanted it that way.
While the Didact is for the most part keeping the Infinity intact, he still authorized his forces Promethean and Covenant to attack the humans whilst doing so. So he is assaulting a military base.
Lasky just radioed. You picked a hell of a time to rejoin us.
Sir, what's our status?
That satellite took down the ship's defenses and is extracting data from the ship's mainframes as we speak.
Well, Del Rio perfectly describes it here. The Didact is intending to gather information that doesn't belong to him from the Infinity. Easy cybercrime here.
Infinity to Gypsy Company? The air corridor to the gravity well is blocked by a network of particle cannons. Infinity's shields are still down.
766, lose some altitude. You're inside the kill box.
Almost got target lock. Just a little more.
Pelican, fall back.
Infinity! Pelican's down!
The humans are forced to destroy particle cannons that guard the gravity well to escape being trapped in Requiem. This air defense system of the planet is highly illegal, so the Didact gets a charge for trying to protect this illegal system.
The Didact is leaving Requiem. Soon. You must not allow it.
Leaving.
He seeks this. The Composer. A device which will allow him to finally contain the greatest enemy ever faced by the Forerunners. You.
The librarian tells the chief that the Didact seeks to leave Requiem to find an artifact called the Composer, and seeks to use it to wipe out humanity. Hopefully I don't need to explain it further.
Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Entire systems fell before the Didact's warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. When the Didact finally exhausted the humans after a millennia, his sentence was severe. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy. Humanity hadn't been expanding. They were running. Weakened from our conflict, we were no match for the parasite which pursued you.
This scene basically explains to us that the Didact turned against humanity and went on mass war with them after humanity's rapid expansion and desperate violence. Yes, humanity was in the wrong to cause violence, but that was because of desperation to retreat from the Flood, aka the parasite. The Didact's war crimes on humanity got him a severe sentence already, so he gets a prior convictions charge as well.
But the Didact refused to yield our mantle of responsibility. He would save all life in the galaxy, at a cost. In the Forerunner's quest for transcendence, the Composer had been intended to bridge the organic and digital realms. It would have made us immortal. But its results soured. The stored personalities fragmented, and our attempts to return them to biological states created only abominations. Such moral concerns faded from the Didact's attention. The Flood only assimilated living tissue. The Composer would provide the Didact his solution and his revenge.
The Prometheans. They're human.
The Didact used the Composer as a way for living organisms to transform into warriors for immortality, which began the birth of the Prometheans. The Composer doesn't work as intended and turns them into abominations, aka the Prometheans in the game. I will classify this as mass mutilation because many of the organisms were humans, and the Didact's and Forerunners' accidental actions altered them permanently.
You are the culmination of 1,000 lifetimes of planning.
Planning for what?
He has found us.
Even in death, her meddling continues.
The Didact manages to find the Chief and Librarian inside of the dream sequence, meaning that he was able to spy on the Chief even though the Librarian was technically dead.
The others scattered like embers of the sand. And yet the Librarian's champion is unmoved.
Cortana, where's this coming from?
Where's what coming from?
The mantle responsible for the galaxy's shortest fall. But only the Forerunners.
The Didact's voice.
I'm not picking up anything.
Who's there? Keep trying.
This is one of many instances in the mission where the Didact is clearly watching the Master Chief's every move, as the Chief is able to hear his voice. It may be small, but I'll count this as stalking as well.
Do you truly believe these theatrics can prevent my departure? Embrace your sad fate and retain your nobility. I am already beyond you.
He knows what we're trying to do. If we try to get too close to that ship, we're dead.
The Didact basically intimidates and threatens the Chief and Cortana right here, as he knows he is able to stop the two of them if they get too close.
They're mine. Now to imprison them?
What are you doing?
I can't resist his Prometheans! My thunderbolts imprisoned me! Chief?
His ship's online. They're leaving.
I'm sorry, I don't know what...
Cortana, what's happening?
I don't know. Hang on!
It was hard to find a crime that applied here, but I chose this, as the Didact is illegally using a ship to travel areas of the galaxy to find the composer to wipe out humanity. He should not have been allowed to get access to the ship he now got.
A halo?
Installation 3. It's where Infinity found the coordinates for Requiem.
Then why are they bypassing it?
Because the composer's not on the ring. What are you waiting for? That station's not gonna save itself.
The Didact sends his forces once again to attack a base, and this is the one that owns the composer. This one should be self-explanatory here.
Chief! Immense Casimir wave building outside the atrium!
Cortana, see if you can raise Tilson. Get me a status on the rest of the station.
I can't believe he did that.
The Didact causes severe damage to the station, and successfully steals the composer from the station's grasp.
They've compromised the station's hull.
The Didact's taken the composer. Get these people to the evac centers.
Taken how?
Tap the flight deck. Find us something that can carry a payload.
Wait. Something's happening.
Cortana, can you access the station's defense systems?
They're not responding.
Cortana!
Jeez. It's...
The Didact basically composed everyone with the composer on the station except the Master Chief and Cortana. Do I really need another reason to explain why this is a mass murder charge?
Cherenkov radiation fluctuating. We're coming out of slip space.
At current velocity, hostile will leave Earth orbit in approximately 4 minutes.
Roger. Battle Group Dakota, close on the Forerunner vessel.
Infinity must have warned them.
The Didact has slipped space to our planet Earth to use his composer. By doing this, he is waging war against the Earth.
I'll try to route us to the composer. Put me in the system.
Is this the secret you've kept from me? This evolved ancillary.
Didact knows I'm in the system. Hurry, go!
Jesus Christ, another stalking charge? For fuck's sake.
And yet, still you fail.
Yet again another attempted genocide from another Halo villain. He fires the composer at the Earth, and if it was not stopped, he could have composed the entire planet.
Cortana!
While the Didact doesn't successfully destroy Cortana, he destroys the chip that the Master Chief uses for his helmet, and this event pretty much makes Cortana's chance to survive her infancy impossible at this point. So I'll count it.
Come then, warrior. Have your resolution. So misguided. Humanity's imprisonment is a kindness.
Yeah, the Didact had full intention of murdering the Master Chief himself. Were it not for Cortana using the last of her strength to trap the Didact so that the Chief could kill him, the Didact very likely would have killed the Chief.
In this hour of victory, we taste only defeat. I ask why. We are forerunners, guardians of all that exists. The roots of the galaxy have grown deep under our careful tending. Where there is life, the wisdom of our countless generations has saturated the soil. Our strength is a luminous sun towards which all intelligence blossoms, and the impervious shelter beneath which it has prospered.
Even though his composer was destroyed and he was defeated, the Didact's composer still managed to wipe out an entire city population as shown here, and noticed by the piles of ash on the ground. Add this as another war crimes charge.